First Local News Weekly Report will return next Saturday at its regular time.
It's all good.
Amazing. Hi, this is Kyla Faganelli from Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, as you can see from the image. 15 years in the business now?
Yeah, well, actually over 20, but 15 years back in Sault Ste. Marie. Yeah.
Tell me a little bit about how that happened. You were born and raised here?
Born and raised here, left for many years. Did a lot of education out of town, worked in Australia for a bit, worked in Toronto, worked in St. Catharines, and ended up back here. I always wanted to come back here.
You did, that was a plan?
Well, I didn't at first.
Oh, you know, yeah.
But sometimes you gotta go away to appreciate what we have here. And now I'm so grateful to be here. I really think it's an awesome place to raise a family. I have two girls now.
You do, eh?
Yeah, and it's just, I can't imagine a better place. And I still travel a lot for work, so I do a lot of fitness presenting. I teach a lot of certifications and courses in fitness. So I'm all over the world, so it gets me that little taste of travel and keeps me up with what's going on in the wellness industry. I'm always learning. It's great.
I was just looking at the picture of the building, saying it looks so nice. It's done a beautiful job. And then I asked, are you your own landlord? You own the building.
Yeah, I own the building too, so that's always nice. You can do the changes that you want. Sometimes stressful.
And three stories, all?
Yeah, well, basement and then the main floor and then upstairs.
And everything is studio?
Yeah, all finished. It's awesome. Mm-hmm.
So what's on the top floor? What do you do on the second floor?
So we do a lot of our yoga, a lot of my wellness presentations. It's all windows and you can see a bit of the water. Yeah. I love it up there. And then we do Pilates. We have Pilates reformers, all different types of Pilates machines. So a lot of class up there. We do fascial stretch therapy up there.
What's it called?
It's awesome. Fascial stretch therapy.
What's the fascia?
So it's releasing kind of your body through stretches on a table. Like you're on a massage table, but you're fully clothed.
Are you basically giving yourself you stretch them?
I used to do a bit of it, but we have an awesome FST guy named Leon. He is so good at it.
How many people do you have working here with you?
There's about 14. Some work only part-time. Some just do some of the behind the scenes for me. Some do presentations with me, like all kind of a little bit of everything, right? And then some really full-time that have been with me for a long time who are truly the face of Fit Bodies.
What a great success story. You must be so proud of yourself.
I'm pretty proud.
You deserve
it's turned out pretty well. Well, it takes a village though, right? It just takes a lot of people to help make this happen, right?
Now, one of the things you're talking about in your travels and always continuing to learn and grow is you're realizing, as we were talking before the show, you're talking about the mind part of the Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, which is why you call your business that, Fit Bodies, Fit Minds, and the importance of mental wellness.
And I said this before on your show that I probably would change it now to Fit Minds, Fit Bodies. I was always so knowledgeable in the body mainly, right? And understood nutrition so well, but I didn't realize truly how much the mind played a role. And now it's like more than ever what I study about, what I present about, and what I try to instill in clients as much as I can.
Talking about happiness.
So I have these 12 steps, these 12 areas that I think, it might change tomorrow, every day, my mind just goes, that I'm like, oh, this is what we need now. But anyways, one of them is for sure happiness. I think it's number one. Yeah. So I think people
come to you saying, I want to lose weight, or I want this in my life, because I want to be happy, and basically you're like, there's more to.
Yeah, and 10 years ago when they called me Killer Kai, I'd be like, okay, you got to be on this diet. You're going to do this. This is what we're going to do to get you fit. And now I realize that isn't what's going to make you happy at all, right? It's not about weight. It isn't at all about weight, right? It's about figuring out like what inspires you in life, right? Yeah. So are you happy in your job? Are you happy in your relationships? Are you happy with your family choices? Are you happy with who you are? Are you truly being honest with yourself? Mm-hmm. Are you happy in your religion you choose? Whatever it is, like, are you happy with that? And I think people have to start digging deeper to figure out, like, what is my dream, right? Why am I here? Right. And I think that it's a scary topic sometimes for people, but they have to get deeper to, like, we're just kind of going through our days and not ever really focused. Like we're like robots, right? We're so stressed and we're not really thinking about what is the purpose of why I'm here and what do I want out of my life.
And then that leads to the power of the mind.
Oh, totally. And that's my next thing.
Being able to change mind the way you think.
Yeah, so it's called the Mind Flip. So I'm going to give you this today. It's called Inspire. That's my stone.
Inspire stone. Thank you.
And so Mind Flip, we teach a lot about this, and it really is about shifting the way you think. Okay. So we get into a negative rut, right?
Yeah.
Like, if, we live in Sault Ste. Marie. We chose to live here. We get a lot of snow. So people will be like, oh, it's snowing today, versus why not say, yes, I get to go to Search Mount today.
Right.
Like it's flipping our minds, right? We take bad situations and make them worse, and we're supposed to feel things. Of course, things suck sometimes, but we got to get out of that rut, and that can change our life.
You just said to me this morning, you I was talking about the rain, and you said, and on a rainy day you can say, you know what, I can get some stuff done in the house today.
Yeah.
Flip it.
Flip it. And I'm not saying I do that all the time.
So,
you know, it's like this, right? But we all go up and down in kind of our happiness journal, but this mind flip is a life changer.
So we use this to remind ourselves that I can flip it.
Yeah, so you keep it, so if work stresses you out, keep it at work.
Got this on your desk.
In your car. I have one in my purse. Like, and all of a sudden, if I find my mind getting negative, I just grab it and I'm like, man,
like a
I can flip it.
I can flip this. I got the power. All right.
That's awesome.
What's our next thing?
Okay, next thing, rest and recover, right?
Oh, for heaven's
Gosh,
sakes.
I'm always about move. Like, people who come to me and they think I'm going to tell them to train 10 days a week because I'm, you know, they called me Killer Kai.
Yeah.
Now I never want to be called that. Like, I'm all about balance, right? Well, I'm trying to be for myself. So people need to take time and listen to their body. So maybe one morning they wake up and they're exhausted. Maybe miss the gym that day, and I'm going to give you the okay. Your body might need more of that. Your nervous system might be so imbalanced that any exercise is going to cause a little bit too much stress that day. So take a day off. So we're stressed out and we shouldn't be. So just take time.
Listen to your
an
body.
Example for this is,
Yes.
I'm going to let you try this.
What is this?
Okay?
What is this?
So you're going to take a little bit on your hand. It's not going to
On my hand, like on my finger?
Yeah, and you're just going to rub it on your traps. So like right here. Top here.
Oh, down in here?
Upper traps. And then you can use this. This is a lacrosse
Oh,
ball.
I feel like I just put mint all over my somethings.
And then you can roll out with this ball.
I'm gonna fall asleep right in front of you. Roll. What do you mean? What?
So you're gonna just push this into your trap and roll it. Yeah.
Oh.
So like simple things that you can do on your own, right? And it's just called myofascial release, right? So
Could you just finish this interview on your own?
Totally.
Oh my sweet Lord.
And then that was deep blue. It's an essential oil that can really kind of calm and release muscle.
It smells so good in here. Wintergreen.
Yeah, it is like that.
I'm like a great big lifesaver right now. Okay? What's next? Does anybody want
Okay, we'll go to the next one. So there's lots
Keith,
of
when
ways
I
to
come
rest
home,
and
you can
recover.
kiss me on the neck and I'll taste like lifesavers. Okay, what?
So there's many ways to rest and recover, but idea being like just doing some release so that you can do stretches. I mentioned FST before, massage, go for a massage, get some Reiki done. We'll just put that on the ground.
Okay, I was having fun. Okay.
Reiki done, like there's so many things you can do to just
You do all
release
this stuff
or just
there?
stop. We do a lot of things.
You do Reiki there?
We do Reiki there, yes.
Do you have
It's
like?
amazing.
Do you do it, or do you have somebody who's
Well,
like?
I've done my master level. I do it on people all the time as I'm training them. It was my secondary degree. It was my life changer because it was like distance Reiki. So it's like energy work without actually doing it on them. So I can still train them because they come to me to move. But I'm kind of sensing something when they walk through the door, like, whoa, you know. And I know people probably sense that for me because I'm an intense person too. But you're just like, whoa, they need some, which I needed a lot in my life, which is partially why I took the Reiki. And many other forms of restorative yoga, therapeutic yoga, things like that help me deal with my own high energy living.
Right.
You know, that wasn't making me healthy. It was actually creating illness. So, you know what I mean? So rest and recover is something people need to add way more into their life. Okay, next.
What's next?
Breathe. Just breathe.
Huge. Breathing is
meditation.
huge.
We should be doing in schools. There should be no more detention. It should be meditation instead.
Deep breathing.
We need to start learning how to breathe better. So people take it for granted.
Do you know that most people don't use the capacity of their lungs when they breathe?
Not at all.
Like people are always amazed as a trained singer, when I breathe, my lungs go all the way down into my lower back. Like when you breathe right, you can expand your rib cage all the way down here.
Yeah, and what else
huge.
you're
This
getting
cavity
when
is
that
huge.
happens is your diaphragm moves.
Yes.
And it's the breathing muscle. And you know what? People come to me about movement and they want strong cores. Your diaphragm is one of your 4 core muscles. So if you don't know how to breathe well, good luck with your core. You're not going to get it.
Right.
So it's like teaching people how to expand the rib cage. So we have intercostal muscles between our ribs that get so tight.
I know.
And even as a singer, right? And I'm definitely not a singer, but when we can expand that rib cage through releasing, yes.
And that's how you carry yourself, and you have a broader chest. It makes you look better when you open your rib cage.
Well, that's the next, posture, right?
Posture.
So it shifts our posture, and that's the other thing I want to mention about breathing is like if we are like this, like just go like this and try to take a deep breath.
You can't. No, you have to
so
be.
You have to be open, and we need people also to relax, to breathe a little more through their belly. Right? Instead of like locking, I used to teach this bracing of the core or like pull your belly to your spine and hold. And I'm so against that now because we need people to like release too. Yeah. But I think our breath alone, there's literature around helping like asthma. it just can help with anxiety, depression. Like, we need to teach people how to breathe and learn how to slow down their breath. And honestly, even 1 minute of meditation a day can change your life. Like, and I don't mean sitting there going, you can do whatever you want. You just, there's apps that can guide you even. It just helps so much.
I can squeeze my stone and roll my ball on my neck.
Yeah, totally. Okay, I'll keep going.
Yeah, keep going.
Next,
We're running out of time.
Therapy.
Therapy?
Oh my God, the new norm.
What about your socks?
Talk about your socks. So therapy, people need to start taking care of their minds, right?
You were talking about work.
This, it's huge on me.
Okay.
It's huge for me because it changed my life, but also people wait for the storm. And we have some amazing therapists and psychologists in our town that can help really, really guide you through trauma in your life, right?
And people who have workplaces where you can actually access.
You have benefits for this, and people don't use it.
Free, so don't wait until there's trauma.
Yeah, come on, and people all have trauma, and this is also why linking it to like so many other points of me, movement, people who come to me to learn how to move. Like, when we have a lot of trauma, then it manifests in our hips. So now we can't get hip functioning. I could give you all the exercise in the world, but you got to deal with what's going on inside, and it's so linked, the fit mind and fit body.
That's why you're saying listen to your body too.
Yeah. And there's so many more. There's gratitude, there's nutrition, there's hydration. All of these things, I got to come back.
But there's come back.
Well, soon. I'll try to fit you in.
Because the rest of your list is so great, and I never heard about your socks.
Okay, socks. So posture is one of them, right? Yes. So I just said it.
Yes.
So good posture can help us breathe. Good posture can help you get into more muscle activation. So you're going to get more to your workouts.
Yes.
But I'm huge on feet. So think about it. Mechanics started our feet. The arch of our foot right here is linked to our core. When we can spread our toes out and get into our arches, you're going to connect through your whole kinetic chain. So you're going to get way more out of your workouts. So really, training barefoot is the best. Plus, you're grounded to the earth for chakra.
I live barefoot whenever I can.
It's so grounded. So good for you.
And you're right about the thing. If you get tired feet, your whole body feels it, right?
Oh, of course.
See? Oh, we got a break. Kyla, I could talk to you all morning.
Yeah.
Please come back.
I wish I could have got more, but
I wish but you know what? We just need to divide it into other installments for Wellness Wednesday.
Yeah, maybe
but you know what? This is the kind of stuff.
We're not there anymore.
She knows what she's talking about. I mean, I feel inspired. Don't you feel inspired? Go and see Kyla, Fit Bodies, Fit Minds. Kyla Faganelli. Thanks for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I really want to have you back again because there's more on that list that I'd like to get to. The nutrition, all that stuff. Okay, all right,
for sure.
And we'll be back with Luann right after this on Mornings with Luann and Tim.
So today we are going to focus on Bess. Bess is one of my favorite stories here at the cafe. So when Bess came, she came with her sister Tess. The two of them did a lot of hiding at the time. They were very uncomfortable with people. They have a story of abuse behind them. However, they have over time opened up greatly to people. Bess is amazing. She will not let people really see her a lot on the floor, but she does love to hang out on our Rainbow Bridge here, where she will be rolling over on her back and sticking her head out for extra pets. She's come a long ways, and it's taken about 8.5 months, and it's only been about the last 3 weeks where she's really allowing people to put their attentions into her and show her the affections that she's after. I can see she's on her way down here right now. But she is definitely one of my favorite cases that we've ever had to rehabilitate on a social aspect level. But as always, you're just going to fill out the paperwork here at the cafe. We will submit that to TAG, and then TAG will definitely get us the validation whether or not you're approved, which is likely, and we will have her all set up and ready for you to go.
Welcome back to Mornings with Luann and Tim. As promised, it's Catherine McLeod and Daphne. Hi, Daphne.
Hi.
Nice to meet you. Thanks for being on the show.
Thanks for having us.
Catherine, what a celebration this is for you. There we go. McLeod Highland Dance.
Yes.
How many years in our community?
66 from the time my mom immigrated in 1953 to this spring.
I had no idea, 66 years. So your mother from Scotland
Yes.
was how old when she immigrated?
She was 22.
She was 22 when she came here because she was in love.
She was.
Your dad had immigrated earlier?
Yes.
And tell the story about how he proposed. I love this
He
story.
sent an engagement ring inside a box of tea bags.
Because they were having a hard time getting tea. Oh, they couldn't get tea in
They
Scotland.
couldn't get tea and jams and all those nice little treats.
Because it was wartime?
Yeah,
Is that why?
post-war.
Post-war.
So there were
was
still
shortages.
a lot of shortages. Yeah.
So he was getting tea and sending the tea bags to Scotland.
Yep. And
But when they
inside-
arrived, they thought, when the tea bags arrived in Scotland, they had never done tea bags there.
No.
right? So
No.
what did they do?
They ripped it open and poured it, thinking it was an individual loose tea, because everything was loose tea over there. So it was a new thing for them.
But he had hidden
He had a little container inside, and inside the ring case
the
was
ring
an
case
engagement
with
ring
the tea.
in the tea.
So she moved over,
Yes,
came to Sault Ste. Marie,
she did.
and she had been dancing over in Scotland already.
Yes.
She started when?
She started, I think, when she was about 7 or 8.
Okay.
The lady, girl that lived upstairs in the tenement was a dancer.
How cool
and
is
she
that?
taught her, and then Mom started she had her first studio recital when she was 14 years old.
You said you have that photo still.
I had the poster.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Okay, so she comes to the Sioux and she decides there's a niche.
Well,
Or
there
when
was
how did it
there was
start?
some Highland dancing here in town. Trixie Hardy had her studio going already.
I didn't know that Trixie did Highland.
Well, she did a little bit, but it was the old school Highland. So when Mom came over, she was with the current techniques and that. So she did a little bit. She performed quite a bit, and then it was probably a little later, after early '60s, when she really started into the studio.
Really, hey? So when did you start? I mean, you're the daughter of the teacher.
It was kind of like, supposedly I was doing the sword dance with 2 swords and diapers. So
In diapers?
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah.
Daphne, do you do that sword dance thing?
Yes.
That stuff is crazy. You have to go so fast in and out of the swords. When did you start?
I started when I was 4 years old.
4. You're so little when they started. And how old are you now?
I'm 16.
You're tiny for 16, but you're so
Yeah.
for 12 years already. You've been dancing, and you're teaching now.
Yes.
What's that like for you to go through the process and now turn around and be mentoring other young dancers?
Well, when I was like 4, there was lots of student teachers already at the studio, and I loved all of them, and I always thought they were so fun. So of course, when I grew up and was old enough to like teach and get my associates and everything, I was like, oh, I'm going to start teaching the little kids.
Because you looked up to them and you
Yes.
would and you thought, no, this is a chance for me to do the same thing for other kids and be that person that I so admired.
Mm-hmm.
Good for you. So, how many kids do you teach right now?
5.
And they're little, aren't they?
Yes.
How old is the youngest?
The youngest one's 4.
Imagine teaching a 4. What kind of stuff do you teach them when they're 4 years old? The very basics, like
Yes, they know.
pointing toes and all that kind
Oh,
of stuff.
past that.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
They know part of the sword dance. They know.
The
about-
4-year-olds with swords, that's like you with diapers and swords. So, over the years, do you have any idea how many students have passed through the doors of McLeod Highland?
Hundreds. Because I remember at one point I counted, it was well over 100 that Mom was teaching. That was probably in
That was
the
just your
80s.
mother teaching?
That was just my mother before I even started. So that was in the 80s. She had 100 at the time, between
what-
Iron Bridge and Sault Ste. Marie.
And I didn't know that she taught across the Algoma district.
She did.
And I also didn't know, and this is kind of hard to believe when you look at Catherine, how many years?
25 years for me.
You've been
I
running the
moved,
studio
I
for
moved back
25
from
years.
Toronto in 1993, and that's when I started up.
What was it like coming back to Sault Ste. Marie after leaving town and going out in the world?
Well, I thought I'd be home for a year because I came home to do my MBA, and 25 years later, I'm still here.
Well, we're awfully glad, because if it weren't for you, is there anybody else who's doing this right now?
No,
I didn't think
no.
so.
It's just the teachers that I've put through, and
That you
they're
put
helping with
through.
me right now.
What about certification and stuff? Now, I know that, when you're talking to like Elite Dance Force or Studio Dance Arts, that some of those teachers are certified to actually do the exams, and otherwise they have to bring people in to do the exams for whether it's British Academy or Canadian Academy. How does it work for Highland dancing?
We're with the SCTA. You can also be with the BATD, but we're Scottish Dance Teachers Alliance. Scottish Dance Teachers Alliance.
SDTA. Okay,
Yes.
gotcha.
And we have an examiner that comes over from Scotland each year. Just
You
like
bring the-
for BATD, they
Right
also
on.
bring over someone, usually it's from England, but we have the Scottish examiners that come over, and we just had that done last month.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Now, what happens with you? You're right now, you're a student teacher. Are you going to keep on going and maybe get, is there a way to work up?
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
What do you think is in store for you?
Well, I just
Daphne?
have my associates at this point, but only in certain dances, only in the Highland aspect of it. There's also like the whole other side, which is nationals, which are different outfit and
It
different
is?
arms and different dances.
Different,
So-
you mean different outfits, different arm holds, and different. I had no idea.
Yeah, it's more of a skirt, so they're holding their arms out, and yeah, so it's.
And because you do the one where your arms are straight at your sides, is that
No,
you?
that's Irish.
Oh, that's Irish. That's me. I know nothing. You're on hips a
Yeah,
lot.
on your hips and fifths.
So what do you think is the hardest, what part of your body after you've been dancing is the part that goes, I need to take a break?
My legs.
Your legs.
Yeah.
A lot of core strength though, I'd imagine,
Yes.
Catherine?
It's constant jumping.
Jumping.
So a 6-step Highland fling is the equivalent to running a mile, but we're doing it in wool kilts with smiles on our faces and looking like we're out of breath at the end. So that's the equivalent.
Running a mile?
Running a mile is equivalent to a 6-step fling. The number of jumps.
How long is your average six-step fling? How like
a minute
time-wise?
and 50 seconds.
You're running a mile in a minute and 56 seconds.
Well, it's the equivalent.
What I'm saying is that you're expending an awful lot of energy.
An awful lot.
Do you still go?
I still do a little bit here and there.
Have you ever seen her dance?
I don't think. Yes. Never.
Are you going to, for the reunion, are you going to get up and do something?
I lost a bet a few years ago and I had to dance at the recital, but I don't know if I'm going to do anything this year. We'll see. I might. I know. I've already been.
What is this reunion? This sounds like a blast.
So I want any past McLeod dancer, whether it was with Mom or myself, to come to the recital, come to the Wine and Cheese, bring pictures, bring memorabilia. We're going to have some stuff out. Participate in the recital. We've got some that are coming back and they're going to dance.
Really?
And I've had some
graduates.
Some of the teachers that I have, although the alumni, I'm teaching the daughters. So the moms are coming in and practicing to get back into it.
You gotta love that when it's generational.
Yeah, it's really fun.
How many student teachers do you have?
I have 3.
Okay.
And then 1 associate teacher
Right now you're operating out of
the Oddfellows
on Dentistry.
Yes.
Okay.
Great wood floor.
How do people, if they want to sign up for Highland Dancing, what do they do, Catherine?
We're on Facebook. That's probably the easiest way to get a hold of us.
Okay.
Or of course come out to our recitals.
Okay, but now let's talk about this weekend. Okay,
Yes.
So the Friday is what?
Wine and Cheese
What's
at
the
the
date?
Marconi, the 17th.
Friday, May 17th. Wine and Cheese at the Marconi.
Yes.
Memorabilia, right?
Yep.
Then the next day is the show.
Is the showcase.
And that's going to be at Cora. In
Yes,
the
it
theater
is.
at Cora.
Yeah.
Then you all go back to the Marconi for a dinner
Dance in Cayley.
And
So, yeah.
Cayley's a Scottish word. I don't know what it means. What does it mean?
Party.
Party like I can't do a Scottish accent. Can
Oh,
you?
not very well.
Party like a Scot. Can you? You got a Scottish accent?
I can, but
I just directed Shrek. You think I can do a Scottish accent?
Yeah.
Listen, we got to go. Time's up. But Catherine McLeod,
Thank
really
you so
nice
much
to
for
have you
having
on the
us
show.
on.
Daphne, congratulations
you.
on your success and good luck with your future endeavors. Have fun at the party. McLeod Highland Dance. Get in touch with her if you want to show up at the party for the reunion. We'll be back with Luann in just 1 minute.